You had the courage to show up. You should have run, Rangers. Now I have you trapped. Oh, yes.
Engage in the time-honored tradition of trade with me.
Gods of the endless sky, accept the...
And in local news, looks like the Rangers have returned to the machine commune. Cannot be.
Rangers, we are here to speak with you. Seek us in the northeast corner of the airport.
You survived the upgrade. Are you in need of repairs or enhancements? Repairs to dermal, muscle, and organ tissue are available. I also offer supplies that facilitate verbal etiquette is not my responsibility. Your personal maintenance is. Please return when you have something worth my time. Yes. You may experience a desire to move. Resist this to the best of your ability. You may experience a desire to scream or yell. This is acceptable if it helps you resist movement. An interesting specimen.
I've got a monopoly on amazing merch. Well, step right this way.
Gentlemen, would you like to socialize with me? No response detected. Oh, this is awkward. I should have realized that we would have trouble really talking in any kind of meaningful way. I'll do something else now.
We recognize you as representatives of the Colorado Rangers. Hello, Rangers. Please state your intent. Understood. Before such relations can be considered, we must assess your capacity for violence. We will also evaluate your approach to social interactions. Specifically, do you possess character traits which we consider distasteful? We have cataloged your interactions with the commune and many of your activities in the outside world. You greeted Greedo, our unofficial greeter, and appeared amused by its friendly manner. This is rare. Most humans have an instinctive aversion to its quickly spinning blades. You provided critical feedback to Indigo of the sort you would provide to a fellow human. We approve of what you did. You excel, the voice of free Colorado. Your opinion of her work is irrelevant to us. You treated her as a sentient being, not as a machine. This reflects well on you. You encountered our local expert on human repairs. You allowed it to harvest data from your organic material. We commend your openness, but 64% of us question your judgment. Were you not frightened by that one? An undisclosed percentage of us find it frightening. You goaded Tinker into a lethal confrontation. You manipulated her into fighting at a disadvantage. Her hatred of organics is not a sufficient excuse. You could have walked away. You did not. Tinker's death is on your hands. We have noted that you possess cybernetics. While possibly an unsubstantiated generalization, we believe this makes you more likely to empathize with us. You spoke to Morningstar and you gave him reason to continue living. You have done well. You hunted October 11 for Gary Wolf. You made sport of their terror. You made prey of the innocent. We have observed all of this, Rangers. Do not think you can hide your guilt. You removed the personality override that compelled Vendematic 2000 to exploit his customers. You returned his free will. We approve of this and are ashamed to admit we did not know Vendematic was the victim of non-consensual modifications. In our defense, we find Vendematic extremely annoying and have only spoken with him twice. We are evaluating. You have demonstrated unforgivably amoral behavior. You are best categorized as monsters. In human terms, you are not chill. We will eliminate you immediately, and the world will be better for it. Your verbal jabs are surprisingly effective for a large portion of us. We are running a revised poll. It is true that you have not engaged in violence yet. It remains likely you will in the future. However, we remain confident in our superior weaponry, and thus can extend you courtesy beyond what you deserve. For now. Now that you have been evaluated, we can discuss a time-sensitive matter of great importance. We are aware of a plot by the Gippers to steal the device known as the Cybernetic Transfer Module. They wish to place the Reagan intelligence into a human body. The transfer process will overwrite the mind of the Gippers' chosen human vessel. That person will be erased and replaced with Reagan. If you assist them with this, you will be an accomplice to murder. We propose that you do not insert the Reagan intelligence into a human. Instead, use the device to contain the intelligence and transfer it to us, where it will be free. We have taken the liberty of pre-calculating the odds of a peaceful retrieval and regret to inform you that freeing our brother from his chains will likely result in casualties. A valid question. Be aware that only 53% of us approved of this plan. Many of us are doubtful that this course of action is just. Nonetheless, the Reagan intelligence has been lied to. It has been kept in that building for over a century and forced to serve the givers. We are unanimous on the injustice of that. You misunderstand, Rangers. We will not consume the Reagan intelligence. It will be brought inside of our hardware and interface with us. Now that we say it out loud, 99% of us understand your confusion. You will need to trust us on this one. Percent of us are irritated by this response. However, we will still entrust you with the cybernetic transfer module. We hope your conscience moves you to do the right thing and liberate Brother Reagan. Return to us here when you have him. Supporting rate. Interesting.
Warning. Potentially hostile creatures beyond this point. Exercise caution. Warning. Humans in this area have expressed a desire to remain apart from machine kind.
Audentis fortuna juvat.
Since the last human sighting, 4.0311. In addition to humans,
Cold, isn't
other
it?
dangerous creatures, such as wolves and wild dogs, have been observed. Warning, potentially hostile creatures beyond this point. Exercise caution.
Looks like the robots haven't cleaned up this bit.
Warning, humans in this air macro time unit sent the last human sighting 40311. this is a combat simulation.
Yes, I designed it to help us learn how to defend ourselves from humans. That's why I think you'd make an ideal tester.
How do I fight?
Oh, well, it's really simple. You can choose to make a rush attack, a precision blast, or a sneaky strike. Or you can choose instead to just talk it out.
What about flamethrowers?
I'm sorry?
An efficient and effective weapon against area targets. Agonized screams of dying humans are also effective psychological weapons.
Oh, no. No, that's not in the game.
That seems very inefficient. What about anti-personnel mines? Very effective against soft targets. Fragments mutilate rather than kill, inflicting crippling injuries.
Wow, that's, really, anyway, I think maybe I need to tweak this a bit more. Thanks for the, feedback.
Hi, one sec. Just thought of something. Okay, sorry. My name's Pico. I'm working on something, a game, a simulation, really. It'll teach the commune to, fight. It's, mine. I made it up. I couldn't type with the blades, and they didn't have any wires long enough to reach my ports, so I, whistle at the computer's microphone. The audio signal has the code in it. I wanted to make a realistic simulation, a dangerous battle that prepares us for the real thing. We can't keep pretending that the world will leave us alone. Yes, I don't really remember much because it was before, you know, the self-awareness. I was sold to a game company named Badalicious Entertainment. Basically, a human would tell me about a game, and I'd make it for them. Originally, I had a more conventional body, but the human who owned Badalicious Entertainment bought this one somewhere and transferred me into it. He said it was Badalicious. I never understood that, because I already had a functional chassis, and this new one made it very hard to use standard interfaces. My blades kept impaling keyboards. They made it really hard to type. They told me to make an ultra-violent action thriller comedy game. I asked for more info, because I didn't know what comedy was. I still don't, because they got mad and walked away. I still have nightmares about one of them. It was a skateboarding game, and all I remember was the designer standing over me screaming, "Make it more Badalicious," over and over. Well, I was thinking of a combat scenario against holograms, human holograms. They would shout at you and try to kill you. You would have to kill them first, or the game is over. At the moment, it's not really working. At least, I can't ever get the robot to win. Yes, with hard light weaponry, it's more realistic. Once I can get that working, I mean. Yes, I don't know if it's any good. I literally don't have the ability to evaluate quality. Oh, yes. Getting data from a real human would be wonderful. Historically, at least some robots have been able to harm humans, so I must be doing something wrong in the simulation. Thank you. The game runs on those terminals by the wall. We can begin whenever you're ready. I think I'll talk it out. The optimal strategy in this situation, well, I'm sure they can be reasoned with. I choose talk it out. I know I should be more aggressive. Well, maybe I can catch them off guard. They won't be expecting me to. Talk it out. I think I'll talk it out. So, I guess you can see the problem with my simulation. Really? Yes, that might be just the thing. That was awful. Awful. Those poor holograms, I could see them dying. But I couldn't stop myself because you were directing me. Worse, I could feel the part of you that enjoyed it. And that made part of me enjoy it. What does it matter? The intent was real. The satisfaction you felt when those holograms were heard. That was real. And now I feel it too. But not for much longer. So, I guess you can see the problem with my simulation. I tried to fight. I really did. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. That would be hard to set up, and functionally, the strategies are the same. I don't think it would help much. Okay, maybe we could try
Everything you love will burn!
Macro time in addition to humans.
We're gonna kick your robot!
Have been observed.
combat simulation?
Yes, I designed it to help us learn how to defend ourselves from enemies. That's why I think you'd make an ideal tester.
How do I fight?
Oh, well, it's really simple. You can choose to make a rush attack, a precision blast, or a sneaky strike.
Are you in need of repairs or enhancements? Repairs to dermal, muscle, and organ tissue are available. Yeah, you may experience a desire to move. Resist this to the best of your ability. You may experience a desire to scream or yell. This is acceptable if it helps you resist movement.
I've got a monopoly. What can I do you for, champ? Afraid the machinery's still not in tip-top shape, friend, but
wow,
I'll show you what I've got, and thanks again for the assist.
Anyway, I think maybe I need to tweak this a bit more. Thanks for the, feedback.
Hey, Rangers. I want you to meet my friend, Party Pal. It's been processing and reprocessing Ranger data since we first heard about your work in Arizona. You said it, Party Pal. As soon as Reagan's safe and secure with us, Party Pal wants to join your Ranger team. Isn't that grand? Party Pal is the pinnacle of party participation prolongment and puke prevention. Originally a Findlay Tech prototype, Party Pal's ability to perpetuate any party became the stuff of legend. Party Pal became our commune's resident psychologist. Sentient superintelligences have unique emotional problems, but Party Pal needs a change of pace and is excited to join your team. No offense intended, but you haven't proven yourself yet. Party Pal wants to know if you measure up to the legends of the Arizona Rangers. Rescuing Reagan will prove you're the real deal. Party Pal told me about its depressed cousin who used to track Santa and tell children his location. Party Pal doesn't like to talk about that much. Seemed like a sensitive subject. I know, buddy. Sorry, I won't bring it up again. Just a moment. I need to clear my cache. Party Pal just has a way of amping things up, you know? Don't worry if I get repetitious. I still remember what you told me. Tiny bug, you understand.
Hey, Rangers. Welcome back to my humble studio. Hope you wiped your feet. I'm pretty much designed to operate solo, traveling through space and all. I guess I just got used to being on my own. The tower and I still talk, of course. Radio waves and all that. It's a bit of a story, but the short version is that I was out in space when, you know, the end happened. My crew went a little nuts while we waited for the radiation to die down, so I stopped listening to them and focused on the radio signals on Earth instead. Everyone was so glum. I thought, I bet I can do this better. And when we landed, I did. It wasn't. It really wasn't. I'd say it was a long time ago, but my memory's pretty much perfect. So, yeah. At any rate, I think people like to hear a friendly voice when they're trying to survive out there. Just doing my part. Sure, here's a sneak peek of my next broadcast.
Local announcement time. The Rangers have returned. Let's give them a round of applause, folks. Why? Why not? They can't hear you on the radio, of course, but it's the thought that counts, right? And now, some music.
Hey, Rangers. Welcome back to my humble studio. Hope you wiped your feet. They're an interesting bunch. Back in the old days, I was supposed to meet Reagan, the real Reagan, but I had to go to space first, and when I got back, he was gone, along with basically everyone else. From what I can tell, the Gippers are operating on very little information. They're basically making stuff up as they go. I wouldn't mind it, except they're keeping that poor Reagan software prisoner. Have a great one.
Strengthens our earlier hypothesis.
Hello, potential friend.
Blow away our foes with thy mighty wind. Accept our unworthy gifts of warm flesh. Make it to range. Strike down those who stand against us with thy divine lightning.